Perfect. Now the YouTube viewers should also have access to the stream, not just Twitch viewers. I hope y'all can excuse this little foray into an oopsie, but let me open the game back up again. Let me close this. And where is it? Witcher. The game should be visible again. Let me know if you have any trouble seeing the game again. Okay. I just checked, it should be visible. Now, you cannot get to these bandits. The way here is blocked. They will shoot at you though, and can kill you if you're not careful. Because here is a cutscene time.
No way through here. Follow me. Back to Savola.
Back to Savola indeed. But yes, I am a Witcher fan. I have read the books, though it was a long time ago. I have seen the first two Netflix seasons, but I wasn't too big a fan of them, so I stopped watching after that. I have seen the animated movies. And I have also played the spin-offs, like the Witcher adventure game. Thronebreaker I've not yet played, though. I'm a big Gwent player. That I can assure you of. I was pro one time, like pro rank, which isn't too much of an achievement still. I still play sometimes nowadays. So if you ever see me out there, that's probably me. Okay, barrel. Interesting enough about this game, we do not have an inventory yet, as you can see. We have not unlocked it. But we can loot already in this area. So you can look at, like, for example, your rusty sword and be like, ooh, plus 8 damage. Which the damage has also changed how it's calculated in the mod. Like, it's made smaller, healths are made smaller, so it fights take less time. Because in the vanilla game, they used to be quite tedious, especially, like, wading through giant hordes of trash mobs was quite tedious, in my opinion. But yes, we got our first item, flint. Common item, used to light a fire, single use only. You will have a shit ton of these. You will have a shit ton of these. You cannot escape them, they're everywhere. Siege cauldron. I can't move this cauldron, it's too heavy. Maybe if I use some magic. We do not have magic, Geralt. We do not have that. We can ring the bell though. What does it do? Right now, nothing. It does nothing. You can also get up onto the walls here, which again, I don't think there is anything up here. But it's nice that they include the area, just because it makes the location feel more complete, if you will. Like, you can truly get on top of this and see, for example, Triss down there again. They have not moved from their spot, just saying. They're still at the gate, they're still waiting for us. And you know what? They can stay waiting, because I need to show y'all everything. We can also see that enemies are now starting to drop remains, which are gonna be a common theme, like monster looting and stuff. The Zeman Champion, weak alcohol, vile beer brewed in the capital city of Temeria. I like the little tidbits. Mutton leg, food, restores 3 points of vitality per minute for 4 hours. It can also be sold or given to someone. Perfect. We will also be doing a very read-intensive playthrough, so we'll read a lot of books. We'll read a lot of journal entries. We will do a lot, as I told you. I'm gonna show you everything I can in this playthrough. We are going through all of it. Of course, if it's not for you, I perfectly understand, but I prefer to be a completionist in these games. And I think it's a shame nobody really does the Goof Witcher one, so I'm gonna be the one to do it. Now, there is nothing much here. Usually there's bandits that already went upstairs to greet us. There's some more bandits here that we need to destroy. There we go. I must open the gate. Using objects, left click on the winch. The wench, to open the gate. Press Alt to highlight all usable objects nearby. You cannot use objects and doors during combat. True, as you could see, I could not speak to Triss during combat, for example. Or the Witchers, because we were in combat. Now they start talking, by the way. Hurry, open the gate, everything. There's like an invisible wall here too, for some reason. Not sure why. Though I believe it reflects the collision map of a certain later object. But yes, we can use the wench.
Damn it, Geralt. It's a miracle you're alive.
You could have told me about the stairs.
Lambert and Eskel were supposed to fix them yesterday.
We're not masons.
No matter. The professor and the other mage must be hiding in the keep.
Face the truth, Witchers. They're here to rob you.
Triss, child, we have nothing of value. Some good steel snow fox pelts?
I mean the laboratory and you know it. Someone wants your famed mutagens.
You're jumping to conclusions.
Triss may be right. We need to find out what they want.
One thing at a time. We shouldn't turn our backs on a strong mage leading a frightener.
And you can't let the bandits in the lab.
Right as usual, Triss.
Geralt, you've dealt with mages. Find out what this one wants. Leo will guide you.
Just reconnaissance, or...?
No one will be sorry if some of them lose their heads.
True.
You'll manage, Wolf. Just remember Leo's with you.
I can handle this.
We'll see what's happening inside and be back.
I always like
Take these
Leo.
potions just in case. Drink the Thunderbolt now and keep Swallow for when you need healing. I'll be able to tell you how they work. We'll make sure no one else gets inside. Triss, stay with us in case Savola has any new ideas.
Inventory. Now we get access to it. To access items, open an inventory by left-clicking on the satchel icon or pressing I. Right-click on the Thunderbolt potion to use it. Drag and drop potions into quick slots to create shortcuts in the main screen, providing quicker access to potions. Yes, this is a bit of a visual glitch. Triss remains casting. She just does that. She's just that girl. But yes, this is what I meant. The collision reflects a later collision map because it reflects the rubble. Sadly, you cannot get to those remains ever. Those are inaccessible. The wench, the gate is destroyed. You can't also use this. But now is a good time to read. Let's start with Monsters Nan. Locations. Kaer Morhen is an inaccessible mountain stronghold which has been the headquarters of the Witchers Guild for centuries. The name comes from the language of elves. The original Kaer Morhen translating to Old Sea Fortress. The castle's time of greatness has passed. The battlements and moat have deteriorated, and a cold wind blows through the spacious halls. Currently, only a handful of Witchers live here, but once many young boys underwent gruesome training along the infamous Gauntlet near Kaer Morhen. Glossary. Mages. This might be interesting for you, Morpheus. Only rare individuals have the potential to become mages, and many of those with this potential are doomed to madness. Unless the individual in question, also known as a source, learns to control their powers quickly, he or she may end up a half-insane, slobbering oracle. That is why schools of sorcery were created, where talented children study for many years, acquiring knowledge and mastering magical skills. Because of their powers, mages age more slowly than ordinary people. They can extract magical energy from the 4 elements, transport themselves long distances, and heal, as well as kill in the blink of an eye. They have extensive scientific and political knowledge. In the latter respect, many mages are the equals of rulers. Now, I think this is actually a bit inaccurate, because as far as I know, mages actually don't age slower themselves. They make a potion that they gatekeep to hell and back that makes them age slower. Kind of really hammering in the elitism aspect of being a mage. Also, while it is true that you need to be inborn with magical ability to do, like, standard magic, I believe a source is something else. Like, a source is a very specific type of mage, if you will. Characters. Lambert. The young witcher I met at Kaer Morhen sure has a biting tongue. He's rude, especially to Triss Marigold, who he addresses by her last name. Eskel. The calm and reasonable witcher from Kaer Morhen is my peer. Wonder how he got that disfiguring scar. ... Leo. Leo is the youngest of Kaer Morhen's residents. He's not a full witcher, though he has completed his training. He was not subjected to mutation. Leo comes across as a hot-headed whelp, but is also kind-hearted and good. Professor. One of the leaders of the Salamandra attack on Kaer Morhen was a man called the Professor, who seemed to be a cunning assassin. The other leader was a mage. And, last but not least, Vesemir. Vesemir is the oldest and most experienced witcher, possibly older than Kaer Morhen itself. He spends each winter in the fortress and sets off on the road when spring comes. Just like all the others. Despite his age, Vesemir is robust and lively. Many youngsters could envy him his health. An excellent fencer, he was the one who taught me swordsmanship. I like how you know this, Geralt, but you don't remember anything else. Quests. We have 1. Wow. Formulas. We have Thunderbolt. Greatly increases damage inflicted on opponents, but makes dodging and parrying impossible. Preparation. I'm not going to read the preparations because it's literally just a recipe. You can see it visually here. Duration of effects, long-lasting. Toxicity, high. Toxicity, by the way, is to prevent you from taking every potion under the sun, and therefore being an OP beast. Each potion gives you a toxicity value, and if you surpass a certain threshold, you get minus effects. Witchers take this potion before fighting strong, heavily armored opponents. Imbibing Thunderbolt causes Witchers to enter into a battle trance. While in this state, Witchers attack more efficiently and cause greater damage, while at the same time neglecting their own defense and becoming an easier target. And Swallow. We only swallow in this chat. Swallows are the staple of, honestly, like, Witcher potions. Because they're the healing potions. But, compared to normal healing potions, they do not just give you health, they give you health regen. They have a brief duration, medium toxicity, Swallow accelerates the regeneration of vitality. There is no bird more beautiful than the swallow, the harbinger of spring. Even the dark mages who developed the formula for Witcher's potions appreciated the charm of the bird, lending its name to the potion that accelerates the regeneration of a mutated organism. Yeah, so that's a bit of lore, which is present in most entries in the diary, journal, which I will be reading, since I find them fascinating, and I want to share them with the world.
Get it done quickly and you may be back in time for the Frightener.
Will do. What did Vesemir mean about me and sorcerers?
You killed a few in your time. Sorceresses are a separate matter. You have a weakness for them, and it's mutual. Marigold cried when she told us of your disappearance. She's not all bad, though too smart for her own good sometimes. We'll talk when things calm down. Drink your Thunderbolt potion and explore the keep.
Nice chats.
Beware of the Professor. I've heard he's a professional. Ended 17 lives.
All right.
Sorry. I know you fought bandits and mages before. Remember your potions.
Yep. Triss, what do you have to say to me?
What should I expect from the mage?
Hard to say. I know neither him nor his specialty, and I don't like the situation.
Meaning?
Someone powerful, capably disguised helped Savola. Without that, I would have conquered his defenses in the lower courtyard.
Could it have been the mage we saw?
Unlikely. Geralt, please don't challenge him.
We'll see.
Geralt, police.
So what do these potions do?
Thunderbolt is a combat potion. Your body will tense up. Adrenaline will course.
Any side effects?
Makes it tough to focus on defense. And a hangover. Swallow is a healing potion.
Thanks.
Thanks, I say. Yes, what Eskel mentioned with sorcerers, I'm not gonna spoil, but it is quite an important topic in the books. Hi, Leo.
Ready, Geralt?
Mm-hmm. Is this your first real fight?
No, but I've never killed a man.
Stay close.
So now we can actually open our inventory. As you can see, the inventory consists of your typical satchel where you contain miscellaneous items, and then the alchemy sack, which is going to be used for ingredients for brewing potions, like the Thunderbolt and the Swallow. In the Enhanced Edition, this got separated because in the original, you had one satchel that held all the items, ingredients and normal items. And it was not this big. It was 4 of these rectangles big. 4. It was a terrible time, let me tell you. A terrible time to inventory manage. You also could not sort them, which now you can. Which is also a great Enhanced Edition improvement. But yes, let's take... Actually, let me show you. Just...
Geralt, wait!
What?
Bandits inside. Drink the Thunderbolt potion Vesemir gave you.
Yes, the game really wants you to drink the Thunderbolt potion. Because it's quite... Not really an early game potion, I would honestly say. It's more late game. And they really want you to teach how to drink potions. You right-click. Wow. Potion effects. Move the cursor over an effect icon to see more information about the effect. Active effect icons appear in the ring around the medallion. And what they mean by this is that I can hover over here and I can see the Thunderbolt potion, how long it's going to be active for, and all the effects numerically. It is currently 11 a.m. So we will be having this effect until like 19. Or well, 7 p.m. if you will. We're inside.
I've heard all of Dandelion's ballads about you. Lambert tells me I'll never be as fast as a real Witcher. But I managed to hit him during training today.
You beat Lambert?
Yeah, we were fencing on the floor pegs when that strange storm came. Lambert looked away, I did a pirouette, hit him right in the gut. He didn't fall, and then he beat me.
You'll make a good swordsman yet.
I know. Every time Lambert beats me, he says I have potential.
Oh, I appreciate that, honestly. I really like this dialogue. Ooh. Leo. It appears that Leo is somewhat fascinated with me. He has heard the ballads about the White Wolf and now holds me in high regard. For those who might not have seen this or know this, we are referred to as the White Wolf, as a moniker. Geralt of Rivia, which is not actually where we're from, but we got it from a different way. Read the books if you want to know more about Queen Meave. And the White Wolf, Butcher of Blaviken, is also another moniker of ours. Evading enemies in OTS mode over the shoulder mode. Double tap a directional key to dodge enemies.
Quick, to the laboratory.
Hello, enemies. The dodging, honestly, very fun. Like, look at this freaking pirouette. Look at me. And you can either jump, which is usually done when you're like right in front of an opponent. You can roll when you're on the side of an opponent, or you can kind of pirouette when you are barely on the side of it. Leo, you killed all of them. Congratulations. I wanted to show him dodging though, so you didn't have to do that. Ah yes, the murals. The murals are actually very interesting, and I'll get to them later, because they'll be relevant later. Some nice fire. The kitchen is beyond this. But alas, we cannot go there yet. Combat style, group style. The group style is most effective against groups of enemies. It's a defensive style, providing defense bonuses in exchange for damage penalties. They changed this because the group style was OP in the original. So they decided to nerf it in the mod by making it a lot weaker. You could honestly get on by just using group style in most of the scenarios in the vanilla game, which is kind of lame. So now they changed that. Who Orans? Orans are the currency we'll be using, by the way, since we are in we will be in Temeria. It's weird they have Orans over here too, though. Like, why do they have Temerian currency over here? Kinda a hint. Not really a plot hole, if you know what happens later, but still, it's a bit of a hint. And I wonder how the characters didn't pick up on that. Rivian Creek, weak alcohol. Cherry beer brewed in Rivia. More two Orans. Two Orans. Ooh, bun. Some nice food, always welcome. Another bun. Yeah, the kitchen is currently locked. That's for later. We are moving along. Now, oh.
These stairs lead to the lab.
Follow me.
We are going straight for the laboratory. Not even a choice.
The energy you annexed from the Circle of Elements is enough to stop the Witchers?
You trembled, yet you complained Savola would have them all, leaving none for you. Did the sight of a single Witcher, White Wolf himself,
White
instill
Wolf.
fear?
The aforementioned, considered dead I might add, is a known killer. I'll gladly challenge him.
Leo, stand back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Come on, Professor.
Time is essential. I wield the power of the Circle of Elements. They are no threat. Back to work. I want the mutagens ready for teleportation in 15 minutes. Our witches shan't trouble us.
We're cut off. The stairs are blocked.
Ested observation.
Barrier looks solid. We need Triss.
They're robbing us. Geralt, clear the passage upstairs. Use a sign.
A sign?
The Ard. I can't do it since I broke my fingers training along the gauntlet. Cast the Ard at the debris.
I don't remember the signs.
Let's go to the Circle of Elements, a source of the power. You need to try and learn the Ard.
All right.
Learn the Ard. Interesting in my opinion. Very interesting that we use a preposition there. Unknown mage, professor. We cannot go there. This is an insurmountable barrier. By the way, Circle of Elements is not something I remember from the books, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't remember mentioning them a lot. Or at all. Oh, some more flint. It will have everywhere. There are some crates around here, so we will be looting those. It's a pretty nice area, though, in my opinion. Very... I remember walking around here quite a lot as a kid when I restarted the game. Now, we have probably gotten a new location entry, yes. A laboratory. The famous Witcher Laboratory holds the most closely guarded secrets of the caste. Mutagenic plants, hallucinogenic mushrooms, natural stimulants, and potion ingredients. It is here that young apprentices were subjected to the incredibly painful trial of the grasses, which only a few survived, gaining superhuman abilities in return. Yes, the trial of the grasses, not something you pass. It's not something you pass. Like, you, me, and most people die doing the trial of the grasses because it has, like, I believe, a 40% success rate? 50%? Not sure. and then you also need to complete another trial afterwards that has even a lower success rate, you are getting cold. Like, it's not looking good for us. Elemental circles. Left click on the elemental stone to learn a sign. Look for other elemental circles later in the game to learn new powers. This is actually something that I see a lot of people miss in their playthrough somehow, because they do not get all the signs, and I do not understand how. I don't understand how somebody can miss the signs. I, as a child, got them. Just saying. I'm not trying to judge anybody on how they play, but I'm side-eyeing. You are not built different, Morpheus. No. You would not win. You are not their twin. You would not win. You're not a Witcher. You're not built for it. Whetstone. I do not remember using any whetstone any time in my playthroughs, because I always just default to other coatings that are a lot better than whetstones. But yes, there's nothing much more here. You can speak to Leo if you want to, but he'll just keep repeating that. Success?
Success?
We'll see in a minute.
I knew it would work.
Let's get back before Lambert kills the Frightener himself.
Signs. Ard. The Ard sign is a telekinetic force useful for clearing obstructed pathways or for knocking back opponents. Right-click on the target to cast a sign. Tip. Knocked down or stunned enemies are easy to kill with a single strike. Ard is one of the two useful signs in this game, and I'll mention the other one once you get there. If you click a second time on an elemental circle, when you have the sign, you'll get a little boost. For example, Blessing of Air in this case. Ard sign intensity increased by 50%. They're pretty short-lived, but they're free, so why not take them? What the game also does, which I do not think is canonical in the books, is it associates an element with the signs. Ard being air in this case. Which I personally like because the mythology nerd in me is happy with that. But I understand why that is not something for everybody. Now,
Cast the Ard at the rubble blocking the stairs.
we will blast right through this.
What did you learn? The bandits are in the lab, searching for something. The mage used the Circle of Elements to create a magic barrier.
The plague. You're all children. Why didn't you mention the circle?
Triss, child, it didn't seem important.
If the mage aligned with the circle, he can create a stable portal through which he'll travel to anywhere on the continent, taking your equipment with him.
All right, we made a mistake, but you said the mage was harmless.
I said I didn't know him. I think we should protect the lab above all.
Don't panic, Marigold. We know you'd like to see our witch's secrets.
Vesemir, if that idiot doesn't shut it, I'll...
Enough! Lambert, stop baiting Triss. Show her some respect. Triss, if we go to the lab, they'll have us surrounded. We know tactics.
Maybe we should split up.
Geralt's right. We need to protect the lab and kill the Frightener. Who goes where?
Only I can break the barrier. I'm going inside.
Vesemir?
I'll stay and handle the Frightener and Savola. What about you, Geralt? We may both need your help.
I know, right? Wasn't important. What do you mean wasn't important? What do we mean? Personally, I don't think it's much of a writing flaw. I think it's just Vesemir trying to deflect and be like, oh, you know, downplay it. Because it is obviously important. Everybody can see it's important. He's just trying to very cheaply, very poorly deflect from it. But this is actually our first real choice. Whether we go to the lab or we handle the Frightener. Honestly, both options are valid. I personally like going to the lab, but this is a choice I don't mind leaving up to you guys. So feel free to pick whatever you want. Are we going to the lab to potentially help Triss fight against the mage? Or are you gonna stay here and defeat the Frightener? What are your guys' thoughts? Both of them. Both of them are really good fight. Just different fights. $24. Wait. How do I go about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 says we should fight the Frightener of Vesemir. So I'm gonna go to the lab. Because, well, how we usually do it is we do it the opposite way. My culture, where you're from, you usually make a rhyme or something, which I did in this case for 24. I just counted 24, and then you exclude the choice that you land on, and you just repeat this until you get one choice left. So I employed the same principle, and we are going with
The lab
Triss.
is important. I'm going with Triss.
Me too. It's decided then. Eskel and Lambert will stay with me.
Savola just cast a spell.
Something's happening.
The ground is shaking. Feel it?
They're breaking through. Quickly, defend the laboratory.
They're breaking through. They blasted through the wall.
This could be a hard fight, Geralt. Take this potion. Witchers call it the Tawny Owl. It restores endurance. Very useful when fighting mages.
Thanks. Let's go.
Tawny Owl is another staple potion, honestly. Tawny Owl significantly increases endurance regeneration. It is particularly valued by Witchers who often use signs in combat. That's me. I was always a sign user. Hi. In preparation for an all-night vigil at the site of a cursed man, or before a battle which is certain to be prolonged, a Witcher mixes a dose of Tawny Owl potion to boost his endurance. It's, alongside Swallow, just a very good... Like, it's a mana potion, if you will. So, always a good thing to have on you. But instead of Swallow, we will prefer... Instead of Tawny Owl, we'll prefer a good Swallow potion. If we need it. And we'll eat some food, though. Because... we're getting into a fight soon.
Drink the potion.
I will not drink the potion. No.
Drink the potion.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go then. Also, just saying, anybody who knows Triss from the books, this is not the Triss we know. This is Yennefer cosplaying as Triss. Humble opinion. Just saying. Like, the personalities do not mesh.
You'll go no further, White One. I'll summon a powerful demon that will tear you apart.
A bluff. He's exhausted from teleportation. Magic light is about all he can muster.
Go. We'll deal with him and join you at the barrier.
Underestimating an opponent. Now the energy of my people will make me stronger.
Yep. So, we are in our first mage fight. And it's a pretty, like, gimmicky fight at first. Where you have to destroy the bandits giving him energy for the shield. Poor Leo, outside of the circle, can't even help us. Oh, we're burning. Uh-oh. Let me quickly drink a swallow. This is what I meant. I'm not drinking Tawny Owl. I much prefer Swallow in this fight. Yep. It's quite intense, but as you can see, we also deal some good damage to him. And this is what I meant. The mod makes it a lot harder, but also a lot faster.
Are you hurt? Did he get you?
Nah. But if those were magic lights, I'd hate to face a truly powerful sorcerer.
I wanted to help, but I couldn't break through that strange circle.
Savola's eating dirt. That's what matters.
We need to help Triss.
Let's go.
We need to help Triss. Now, we're gonna loot this hole because he has a red meteorite, which, like, crazy work. He has a sapphire, again. Yes. Some money. Some Stammelford's dust, which honestly, nobody needs bombs. No, I have not used a bomb in my entire 14 playthroughs. I tried using bombs a few times, but they're so useless. I won't even lie to you. They're not worth it. And a chicken sandwich.
We need to get to the lab.
We need to get to the lab. Yes, I agree. You are also, by the way, if you look, we are a lot faster when we use group style compared to fast style or strong style. Like, if you look at the distance we cover, it's kind of weird to me why they decided to, like, give some styles more speed, especially because the walking speed in general is pretty slow. But here we are. It's a nice little, like, exploit or cheat, if you will. Oh no, Triss.
Backing the laboratory. The other mage is... I underestimated him. Hurry.
Ah, yes. The moaning sounds. I remember. Level gained. Yes, what I was about to show you beforehand. You can actually ascend these stairs, but you can't really get anywhere with them. They lead to a dead end.
Quick, to the laboratory.
However, we can see what's on the other side. Don't worry. Yeah, Triss's dialogue is gonna be from now on. And into the laboratory we go. Cutscene time.
I found it. We have what we came for. Professor, deal with those witches.
I hear witches can parry bolts in flight. Let's see.
Leo, stop!
Ah! Another fairy tale.
What happened?
Smashed ribs, punctured lung. He's dying.
He needs White Rufford's decoction. Hang on, Leo. It was here.
I can't find it.
Vesemir. Leo is dead.
How did this happen?
He attacked the professor. I was late.
It's not your fault, Geralt. We're all to blame. Triss barely made it fighting for us. These are bad times for Witchers, and something tells me they'll only get worse.
Is it safe up top?
Relatively. Some stragglers up there, but we'll deal with them later. You look tired. I'd like you to rest. I'll keep watch and tend to Leo's body.
Meditation. Left-click on the meditation icon in the dialog to enter meditation mode. Choose how long to meditate by clicking on the noon, dawn, midnight, or dusk icons, or removing the meditation slider. Let us rest. Yeah. Let us... Yes, okay. Character development. You've earned talents. Use these to upgrade character features that include attribute signs and combat styles. Select the feature you want to enhance from the list up on the left and choose from among the highlighted elements in the ability tree on the right. To commit your choices, left click on the hourglass. To cancel and start over, left click on the erase icon. Okay, before we do all of this, that is also rebalanced in the mod again. Let me just open the journal and we're gonna yap a bit because a lot has happened just now. We have seen the professor who has killed Leo. Leo was not a Witcher yet, so even if whether or not Witchers can parry a bolt and fly, it does not matter because Leo is not a Witcher. He has not undergone mutations because there is no mage to do the mutations with. AKA, it is quite difficult to actually make a Witcher nowadays because none of the mages who had knowledge of mutagens are alive anymore. So it's difficult. Leo was basically a trainee to be a Witcher, so I believe they would feed him like special mushrooms to enhance his stamina and body. They would train him, obviously, gauntlet, the freaking, what's it called, fencing training, like swords training and stuff like that. Monster lore probably, but not actual mutations, which are kind of pivotal for Witchers. Which is why he wasn't able to deflect a bolt in flight, because Witchers, if they are able to do this, rely on reflexes that they gain through these mutations, improved reflexes. And it is in a way very sad that we see this happen in this way, because it kind of shows the premise of the game, in my opinion, where it feels like you are a dying case. Or like you are part of a species, even. The way people treat you, especially, that is dying off. And Leo's death, here in the prologue, is kind of like the building block of that. It is like the base, foundation of that whole thesis of the game, if you will. Like, it really hammers that in this way. Okay, time for reading. He has raised many Witchers, including me. His disciples treat him like a father. Leo is probably the old Witcher's last protege. The boy's death shocked him. Triss Merigold. Along with me and the other Witchers, Triss fought in the defense of Kaer Morhen. The sorceress stood against the mysterious mage, one of the leaders of the assault. He was injured and lost consciousness, ironically. Ironically, Triss is allergic to magic, and she can only be administered natural healing potions. This is actually a big thing in the books, which they didn't get in the game for some reason, because Triss never wears outfits that show her cleavage, because her whole torso is burnt from a fight. And she cannot heal it with magic because she's allergic to it, which is kind of a little like haha funny irony moment, but actually quite tragic in a way, because you cannot magically heal yourself, you cannot like magically alter yourself really. A lot of the magic you would use on yourself is just negated by the fact you're allergic to it. And it's sad. That's just plain out sad. Mysterious Mage. Is your twin Morpheus Complex? Is this your twin? Do you see the muscles? The mage attacked Kaer Morhen in order to steal the Witcher's secrets hidden in the fortress. One of the leaders of the forces that attacked Kaer Morhen was a mage so powerful that even Triss Merigold could not oppose him. The organization that he leads uses the symbol of a salamander. And Leo. Leo was killed by the professor, one of the leaders of the assault on Kaer Morhen. The boy was too hasty and inexperienced. I wasn't able to help him, even though I was right beside him. These do not tell us much about them. They're just like, oh, this is purple. This is freaking blue. And locations, nothing new. Glossary, nothing new. Perfect. So let us spend some points, shall we? What I always go for is intelligence and then living anatomy, because it gives you knowledge about monsters so we can save some money, and herbalism, because whoever does not take herbalism, lost. You're lost in the sauce. I'm sorry. You are absolutely lost in the sauce. Okay, time for some new journal entries. We'll get to bestiary soon. Ingredients. Abomination lymph. We do not really see here much except for where we can get these from. Beast fangs. Cadaverine. Death dust. Drowner's brain. Ectoplasm. Ghoul blood. Graverbone. And white vinegar. White vinegar, a good money farming strat. Just saying. I use it a lot. White vinegar, acid, and alabaster crystals. Yeah, Guinness acid and white vinegar. Very good for selling. Monsters. Drowners are creatures of the night. They appear on the banks of ponds, lakes, and rivers. They are immune to bleeding, blinding, and poison attempts, fearless and immune to stun attempts. They are susceptible to silver and susceptible to knockdown attempts. The strong style is most effective against drowners. In the vanilla version, it's fast style. Here, strong style. With the mod. They usually attack in large groups and take advantage of numerical superiority. You can gain Drowner Brain Tissue, Guinness Acid, or Cadaverine. Drowners are scoundrels who ended their wicked lives in the water. Drowned alive or thrown into deep water after death, they turn into vengeful creatures which stalk the inhabitants of coastal settlements. Barghists. Barghists are ghosts which come from the underworld only when summoned. Barghists are fearless and cannot be poisoned. Coming from the underworld, they acquire bodies, so they can be stunned and experience pain, although they are somewhat resistant to these effects. Barghists are sensitive to silver, spectre oil, and then very susceptible to knockdown attempts. The strong style is most effective against Barghists. Again, switch styles. Tactics. They try to surround their opponent and work as a group. Where one Barghist appears, more will follow. Alchemy. You can gain Beast Fangs, Ectoplasm, and Death Dust. People say that Barghists are specters which materialize as ghastly dogs and persecute the living. According to some folk tales, these monsters are the scouts of the Wild Hunt. Other legends say the ghosts appear as a sign of divine retribution and embody revenge. However, all takes agree on one point. Barghists show the living no mercy. Ghoul. Ghouls are encountered on battlefields as well as in cemeteries and abandoned crypts. They are resistant to common poisons. Sensitive to silver and necrophage oil, the strong style is most effective against ghouls. Tactics. A group of ghouls will try to knock an opponent down, surround him, and start eating him alive. You can get Abomination Limb, White Vinegar, and Ghoul Blood. Ghouls are said to have been humans who were once forced into cannibalism and, after many years apart spent in dark crypts, underwent a horrifying transformation. Only human flesh can satisfy their eternal hunger, so they kill people and store their remains in the recesses of their lairs. A Gravier. A Gravier Gravers appear wherever they can't find food, preferably human corpses, but any carcass will do. They're immune to common poisons and resistant to knockdown attempts. Tough skin and thick muscles protect them from blows. Is this also your twin, Is this your twin, Morpheus Complex? Susceptibility. Sensitive to silver and necrophage oil. This strong style is most effective against Gravers. Gravers try to knock their victims down and eat them alive, similar to ghouls in this regard. You can get cadaverin, white vinegar, and graver bones. After the war with Nilfgaard, Gravers became a real plague. Until then, the monsters were familiar only to specialists and professional beast killers, thus everyone mistook them for ghouls. Today, any child could give an accurate description of a Gravir, and people who have passed near battlefields or necropolises offer first-hand accounts of the horrible murders committed by these ruthless necrophages. Indeed, indeed. We have some introduction to monsters in the Witcher universe. Though keep in mind, a lot of these, especially the yellow text, the flavor text, does not need to be accurate necessarily. Also, let me just show you, we can also use isometric camera movement, where we can left click on the ground to move to that location with the cursor to the edge of the screen to work the camera. Yes, so like, you can also control the game with mouse only. That's a possibility. And as a kid, I only used this. This was the way I played the game.
Eskel came by while you were resting. Triss is still unconscious, but stable.
That's a relief.
I've made a decision, Wolf. We abandon Kaer Morhen. There's nothing holding us here.
I see.
We need to bid Leo farewell and wait for Triss to recover.
And the bandits?
Yes, we need to finish things. But first, we must make a healing potion for Triss. We'll need to search for ingredients. Nothing useful left here.
I can do that. How do I make the potion?
Lambert will give you the formula. Look for him by the fireplace. He's with our brave sorceress.
Lambert? He doesn't hate Triss?
Feels guilty, I think. The first thing Triss will hear when she wakes is, "Finally awake, Marigold." That's Lambert. Let's get to work. Later I'll teach you how to extract ingredients from monsters. I'll be in the main hall.
Fine.
Journal. Great, I just read the whole journal. Left click on the scroll icon and press J to open the journal. Press quest to see your next mission. Choose the potion for Triss quest, then left click track quest to track the mission on the map. Yes. Endurance. Geralt's endurance, indicated by the yellow bar, drops each time you use a sign. You cannot cast signs when endurance is too low. Endurance is restored over time. Use potions like the Tawny Owl to accelerate regeneration. Yes, as I was saying, there are multiple perspectives. There is the, like, isometric one, there's the one top-down one, and then there's the over-the-shoulder one. I nowadays prefer this one because it's the most immersive. Yes, endurance. Glossary. Medicine. For centuries, diseases have plagued mankind, yet when Jan Becker subjected the power to his will, the power being magic, it's chaos and power are just other words to describe magic. When Jan Becker subjected the power to his will, people gained a powerful weapon in their fight against disease. Mages study bacteria and viruses, the ways germs spread, as well as genetics. Their research is used in medics, who set up hospitals and produce increasingly effective medicines. There are also magical potions capable of healing wounds and internal injuries. Many magic users, such as Marty Sodergren or Vicenna, have become healers. Vicenna is an important name, by the way, which we'll not hear a lot in this game, but it is a very important person in the Witcher lore. Traveling the world and using their magic for the good of others. Isn't that just sweet? The good of others. Now, Geralt has some special dialogue actually here when you walk to the specific parts.
Mosses and grasses. The smell is heady.
Yep, all different ingredients here.
They'll pay for this.
They will, Vesemir.
They once laid me down here.
Yep. I believe when Geralt was undergoing his mutations, he had a little freak accident, which is why his hair is white. And I believe this could either be him getting recovered or him getting mutated, that he's remembering here. Ooh, some swallows. Also, fun fact, what you can do, you can switch shoulders you're looking from. So you can, for example, look from the left shoulder or the right. I prefer the right because that's how I'm used to.
All that's missing is a mage who'd know how to use this.
Yes, that's exactly what I said before. Mages are not here anymore. Mages do not know how to interact with this anymore. They are clueless as to this. Yes, the good of others. Your others. Also, fun fact. You can extinguish the flame. I would spend, like, a lot of time here just freaking throwing ard at the multiple flames here and extinguish them all. There's nothing that you can actually gain by this. It doesn't do anything. Like, literally zero, has no impact on the game whatsoever. But I would make it a little fun minigame for myself to do that. We have been here. There's nothing new here, as far as I remember. Nothing has changed on the map and the laboratory, except for the main laboratory part. But we kind of get the little boost again. For Ard, so it makes it easier for us to destroy our enemies. Also, we finally get the chill soundtrack for Kaer Morhen that I use a lot while studying and such. Oh, the flute. It makes me emotional, honestly, listening to the soundtrack. It holds a lot of nostalgia and sentimental value for me. So I am always a bit, like, teary-eyed when it comes to Witcher 1 music. Hello, Lambert.
Geralt, is something wrong?
No time to talk. I need to make a potion for Triss.
You should find a vial of white gull in the armory on the upper floor. Grab some calcium equum from the evening hall. Look for white stones in one of the chests. If you find any stragglers, finish them. We don't need prisoners. The stairs are through that door. I'd go, but Marigold lies unconscious by the fire.
Where's the calcium equum?
Where's the calcium equum again?
In the evening hall, inside a chest.
Where can I get some alcohol?
Where can I get some alcohol?
There should be white gull in a crate in the armory on the upper floor. The room's full of weapons, you'll know it when you see it.
Lambert, I have to tell you something. ...
Lambert, I have to tell you something.
What is it?
Leo. The bandits killed him.
He wasn't ready. What a loss. We'll hunt them down, Wolf. We'll avenge Leo.
We will. I agree, Morpheus Complex. I like destroying my enemies, like you. And I mean, Lambert definitely seems like the type to be very trigger happy in this regard. He is very temperamental.
I'll find you later.
I'll find you later. Basic alchemy. Prepare potions in meditation mode. Gather required ingredients first. Let's also... Can I speak to you again?
What do you need?
I can. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's look. What did we get in the journal again? Formula... White Gull. White Gull is a hallucinogenic beverage, but it can also be used to create other potions. It serves as a base for complex potions accommodating up to 5 other ingredients. And added in the mod, as a mild hallucinogen, it makes entering meditation state easier for Witchers. You can trigger meditation mode anywhere you want with White Gull, which is very much appreciated. White Gull is a mild hallucinogen which provides pleasure during the long nights which are spent at the fortresses, waiting out the winter. The Witchers make this potion using secret saprophytes grown in the dungeons of Kaer Morhen, but it can also be made from commonly available ingredients. There is also a potion called Black Gull, mentioned in the books, but I sadly do not remember its full extent. I know it's also hallucinogenic. Calcium equum, a mineral. Sadly, there's nothing more to read, so let's progress a bit. Let's check up on Triss. Oh, wait, but beforehand...
Defending common folk. Inspiring.
Some Geralt commentary. As we can see here, the peasantry. What I assume is supposed to be a witcher or a knight. I'm not really sure. And I assume this is either a basilisk or a cockatrice. But yes, the murals. The murals. There's by the fire, where you can go and talk to her to get her iconic line. Exactly. And say it again. Exactly. That's what I always say. There's some more reels here.
Slaying the dragon.
Which is also fascinating because witchers not slay dragons. Witchers not kill dragons. But yet they have Witcher George depicted here slaying a dragon. And I believe Witcher George is actually a reference to a saint, Saint George, that killed a mythical being in folklore, I think.
Seems witches have always been better with a sword than with a paintbrush.
Yes, there's not much to tell here. We see a giant snake, who I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, because I'm not aware of any giant snake monsters. And here I also have no idea what I'm looking at, to be perfectly honest with you. It looks like a band of witchers, I assume, or elves. But I know the point of this. Also, for those interested, I believe you can actually go up these stairs in Witcher 3. Just so you know. This whole thing also looks very much identical to Witcher 1 in Witcher 3. Like, they really did their best to recreate this as accurate as possible. And here we are in the kitchen. Yeah, like I remember getting into the game and being like, oh, whoa, this is just like Witcher 1, because it is. Even the music they use in Witcher 3 is very much similar to the soundtrack. It is a bit more busy, like the symphony is a bit more complex, I would say, but it has the same like key points and melodies and stuff. You can also extinguish this fire and make the little, I don't know what these are. Jerkies? Are these fish? They look like fish. Move around. By the way, if you destroy something like a container with art before you can loot it, the loot is gone. So be careful with art. It can destroy your loot. And there's nothing worse than destroyed loot. Rivian Creek, Cherryberry Brune Olivia, ham sandwich, gutted fish, and fish. Now, there are some enemies here that we need to quickly eliminate. Oh. Sorry. Exterminate. Oh look, he's plunging his... Hello, Lambert. I didn't expect you to come help, but okay. Look, the little corpse is plunging her little feetsies into the water. Oh my god, a little foot bath. Thank you for the orange, sucker. This place, by the way, has always mesmerized me because I always want to go down. I think you can actually go down here in Witcher 3, but I'm not sure. But yes, in Witcher 1, this is essentially useless. You cannot go down. What you can do here, though, is lose your sword. Because if you drop your sword here, it drops down the stairs, like the model, and you cannot grab it again. So you lose your only weapon, in a way. That is devastating. Ah, yes, here we are on the upper floor. Immediately, people sending on business. Ooh, more bitches. One after the other, they fall like flies. Some more 2 orans. Ooh, an unknown potion. Oh no, what could it be? Oh, I wonder. For those of you who don't know, well, get surprised once you learn it out eventually. but feel free to guess what it does based on the appearance. It's like a little nice vial with a white yellowy liquid inside. It's circular, well, spherical. For those who know, you know. For those who don't, you're gonna find out eventually. I believe at the end of chapter 1 is when you find out, if you don't drink it sooner. 2 coins, 2 coins, 2 coins, and 2 coins. Hello, bandit. I killed all the bandits. Floating messages. Turn off floating messages like too fast or failing attack in the game options. I don't want to. I'll keep them. But yes, we have now officially killed all the bandits. Congratulations to us. Shake my own hand right now as we speak. We're going to Triss's room first. Now, Triss's room. Oh, we got goat's milk, some bread, and some mutton leg. And some bottled water, sorry. That, by the way, this has irritated me to no end. There are 2 bottled waters in the game, like with different IDs. But they are the same effect-wise. It's the same item. I just think due to an oversight, they left in 2 types of bottled water, as you can see here, and you cannot stack them. You cannot stack them. It drives me crazy. This is another grindstone. Well, this is a whetstone, now it's a grindstone, which is more damage than a grindstone. A grindstone deals more damage than a whetstone. As I said, we are here, right at the crack where I said we would get here up eventually. Down there's the laboratory, to make it like a nice complete circle. And now we're going up to Chris's room proper, which is like one of the most expensive looking bougie ass rooms I've seen. The dresser contains a Toussaint red, thought by many to be the most exquisite red wine in the world. You know what? They are probably based. I would not know because I, first of all, do not know wines like that, and second of all, how the frick am I supposed to taste a fictional one? Some Arabian Kirk and some Bohemian Champion. I like how Triss has just alcohol that's usable in her room. We can only get alcohol. True to a Polish experience, there is alcohol in this game, and drinking it. The library. Honestly, the library is pretty impressive, and it's also quite necessary for Witchers, for they need to learn stuff like what the difference between ghoul and alcohol is, or like the difference between specters, how to defeat specters, lift curses, and whatnot. It's very important they have proper education in this sense. Though, unlike sorcerers and such, which also, well, they get proper higher education, Witchers tend to not meddle in political affairs or affairs of others. They just mainly use their wisdom for their own lives. That is where it came from. Oh, this is where it came from. Oh, the nostalgia flowing for me. Okay, there's a nice barrel here. I don't know what this room is, by the way. I have no clue. Oh, a blueberry. I have no clue what this room is, but it's certainly dilapidated. And this bed, I have always found it so funny that there's just a randomized bed hanging out for its life. Because it's very nice outside. Too bad the skybox doesn't work here, because it's all black. There's also a nice bullhead here, or whatever it is, a yak head. I think it's a bull though, because being Slavic, cows everywhere. The cabinet with another Bohemian Champion. Oh my god, who would have guessed? Oh my god, more alcohol. Oh my god. Now, the evening hall is a big room, but doesn't have that many things to loot, I feel like. Yeah, there's the dresser with 2 more bottled water. And here in the crate, we can find 2 swallows, a flint, another unknown potion of the same variety, some calcium equum, important, and the book about the Frightener. Let's read it. a collection of information on an usually rare monster known as the Frightener. And if we go to the journal, we can read about it. Well, yes, the ingredients, and now, monsters. Frightener. Frighteners are very rare. They come into being as a result of magical experiments. To create a Frightener, it makes us to possess great power and a basic knowledge of mutation. Frighteners are immune to almost all effects. They are sensitive to steel and to silver and very sensitive to loud sounds and high frequencies. In combat, Frighteners rely on their size and strength. It's like somebody else I know. They try to knock their opponent down and then deal a lethal blow. The first mage to create a Frightener was the infamous renegade Dagobert Sulla, a diligent student of the Zircanian masters of alchemy and the supervisor of the Trail of the Grasses carried of the Kaer Morhen. Upon beholding the abomination he had created, Sulla is said to have cried, "What have I done?" He destroyed the monster. His notes, however, survived. Ain't that the tragic truth? Knowledge that you wanted to help people with, or like share to the world, is abused immediately for selfish reasons. Now we're in the armory. We'll take a dagger and an axe, even though we'll never use them except for selling because these bitches are dog shit. 2 white goals. 1 unknown potion, and Monstrum, or a portrayal of witchers. An anti-witcher pamphlet describes how ordinary people perceive witchers and recruit the story of Kaer Morhen's destruction. Let's read that, shall we? Indeed, there is nothing more repulsive than these monsters that defy nature and are known by the name of Witcher, as they are the offspring of foul sorcery and witchcraft. They are unscrupulous scoundrels without conscience and virtue, veritable creatures from hell capable only of taking lives. They have no place among decent and honest folk, and as Kaer Morhen, where these villains rest and practice foul rituals, must be wiped off the face of the earth, and all evil traces of it need to be treated with salt and saltpeter to complete the deed. Yes, the Witchers are hated, despite being quite helpful to humans if you think about it. Not even if you think about it, it's pretty in the text. You just need to read. You need to read what the game tells you. Witchers. Due to their otherness, unusual abilities, and magic skills, Witchers are treated as outcasts and sometimes even meet with hatred. This hatred was made manifest during the infamous attack on Kaer Morhen, which led to the destruction of the fortress and the death of most of the Witchers wintering there. Those who survived are doomed to extinction since they no longer train successors. People need Witchers, but are simultaneously afraid of them. The itinerant warriors. Itinerant, never heard of that before. Warriors inspire fear because they're mutants and have superhuman powers. A Witcher is rarely a welcome guest, and contacts with members of this profession are almost always limited to business. Witchers are invariably attacked during pogroms and social upheavals directed against those who deal with magic. Yeah, like, it is very much a bad role to be a Witcher, and people are like, ooh, so cool, I'm like so strong and like a monster slayer, but no, you don't want that smoke. Oh look, we can see down to actual like eating hall down there. To the ground floor we go. Exactly, and especially since Witchers are infertile, you can lay with as many women as you want. There will be no consequences whatsoever. For you, at least. Like, you can't get her pregnant. You cannot contract STDs. So that's also a W. Hi, Eskel.
Need anything, Wolf?
I have some questions.
What is it?
What do I use as a base for my potion?
What do I use as the base for my potion?
Alcohol. The better it is, the purer and more powerful your potion.
I guess you are. Go ahead. Become a witcher, but don't come to me when it doesn't work. You seem to feel at home here.
You seem to feel at home here.
Well, I've always preferred an armory to a lab. Though Vesemir plays up the importance of potions, he's hardly an expert. After all, he's always taught swordplay. Still, he tries to teach us everything he learned when he was young, and that was a while back. But to be honest, I don't care for all these powders, mushrooms, and other trash.
Couldn't Triss have helped with Leo's mutation?
Couldn't Triss have helped with Leo's mutation?
Maybe. It's a little more complicated than that. See, we've never shown her the lab, and the last mutation was completed years ago, before the battle. Vesemir can tell you more.
You really think Triss never used magic to peek inside?
You really think Triss never used magic to peek inside?
She respects our secrets, and she's done a lot for us. For you. I trust her.
So why haven't you shown her the lab?
Triss would like to use our secrets to heal people and such. I've no doubt she'd try, but it's never that simple. Ever heard of the gnome Alfred Nabel?
Eskel, I have amnesia.
An incomparable inventor, like most of his race. Through years of research, he discovered an amazing substance. He intended it for use in mines and quarries. Though a genius, Alfred failed to foresee his invention's possible applications. Others quickly realized that a substance designed to rip granite from the ground could destroy castle walls. Some even considered using it in open battle.
I get it. So what happened to Alfred's discovery?
Mages stopped it from spreading. Alfred committed suicide, and his lab burned down.
Sadness. But yes, it's like very much grimdark. Welcome to Grimdark 101. Tell me about the trial of the grasses.
Tell me about the trial of the grasses.
It's a 3-stage process. The first is the choice. Leo completed it, enduring the hard training and diet.
I presume it's more than your basic lettuce and carrots.
Special mushrooms, mosses, and herbs are grown in the lab. Combined with training, they accelerate muscle growth and digestion, improving the body's general condition.
Does everyone pass the first stage?
Unfortunately not. The liver and heart often fail, the mind sometimes too, resulting in excessive aggression.
What's the second stage?
What's the second stage?
The trial of the grasses. More idiotic tales have been conjured up about that than about princesses and dwarves. Before the raid, the lab contained vials, hearths, formulae, herbs, and the grasses. A mage and his magic were all that was lacking.
Did you ever witness a trial?
Just one, our own. I thought I was going to lose it when your hair turned white. The grasses affect the nervous system, so magic must control the process. The trial results in lightning-fast reflexes, reaction times normal people will never attain. Only 4 out of 10 survive.
Quite a cut. And the last stage?
Quite a cut. And the last stage?
I don't know the specifics. It involves changes like the mutation of the eyes, the bone marrow, hormones. In exchange, we see in the dark, heal much faster than ordinary folk, and gain increased resistance to poison.
Interesting. What's the cost?
We're infertile.
The changes are irreversible?
Entirely.
Did you see the magic storm?
See the magic storm?
Yes, I was out hunting. Just before the storm came, a swarm of nightjars took flight. Hundreds of them. Gray streaks across the sky, trilling wildly. Usually less of them gather, and their cries rarely sound so desperate. When the storm came, I gave up the hunt and headed toward Kaer Morhen. Met the others on the way.
Thank you very much, Eskel, for dialogue. We'll talk later. I thought like, oh wait, I don't remember you being a person that's trained on me.
Oh, that was a tough fight.
I found a few intruders upstairs, but...
I understand they won't be a problem. Lambert, however, let the Frightener get to him. Nothing serious. Good you went after Triss and handled that mage.
She was able to salvage some equipment, but it looks like the main device has vanished.
Our beautiful sorceress was right, I know. You did well, Wolf. Take this armor and sword. I've been keeping them for you.
I just listening to music, I get lost in a bit of it sometimes, because that's how I usually play the game. I just walk around in circles and listen to music. So excuse me if I like pause in the dialogues and let the music play a bit before I start another one. Are there other Witchers?
Are there other Witchers?
There were 3 Witcher schools in all, but it's been long since I've heard word of the other 2. You've met all the Witchers I know of, except for Berengar.
Did I know him?
I don't believe so. An introvert, he chose his own path. Actually, none here can say they know Berengar. He often ran away from Kaer Morhen, though he would always return in the end. After the trial of the grasses, he finally accepted his destiny and started training for real.
Why isn't he here?
I don't know. We lost touch with him a while back.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Who was Leo?
Who was Leo?
One of hundreds of orphans of the war with Nilfgaard. I apprenticed him 6 years ago.
I'm sorry.
We'll recover our secrets and find Leo's murderers, even if they fled to the end of the world.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
You mentioned defending Kaer Morhen before.
You mentioned defending Kaer Morhen before.
Yes. 15 Witchers once lived here, training boys for their trials. Only they knew the secrets of mutation. Witchers who set out on the path and failed to assimilate among humans wintered here. Before the battle, 23 witchers and 40 students called Kaer Morhen home. Too damned few for the mob that attacked. I never knew why they came. Some say a sudden explosion of anger born of disdain for witchers. But no. Someone provoked the mob with flyers filled with lies. Special agents read them to the peasants. Truer still, the fanatics could never have taken the fort without the aid of sorcerers, though they outnumbered us by far. They didn't even spare the youngest. I alone survived, concealed among the corpses. Walk around, Wolf. The skeletons remain. You may find a flyer, there used to be hundreds. Memorize it as a warning of the evil humans can perpetrate.
There's nothing really more that you can ask listener here, sadly. Except for the idea how attack, but Mysterious Mage does not tell us more.
Any idea who attacked?
No, but the mage suggests no ordinary bandits.
Yeah.
We found pins adorned with salamanders on the dead. The symbol of their organization, perhaps? I sense hard times ahead.
Now, we have listened enough to the music, and we can actually move
We'll
along.
speak later.
Thank you very much, Vesemir. Here we are. Look at us. A new studded letter. And a Witcher's Steel Sword. We got Frightener's Vision as a scroll. Notes containing the formula for a potion made using a Frightener's Eye. It just gives you a talent. It's a pretty straightforward potion, honestly. Triss. Exactly. Yep. The Rusty Sword is staying here because who needs that? Who needs that? Wait, I don't think we've spoken to Lambert though, have we?
What do you need?
That, there. Done. I have the
I have the
ingredients.
ingredients, and it's safe upstairs.
Good. You'll need 2 more things to make the potion. The claw of a mighty beast and some celandine. Vesemir will tell you where to find them. Let me teach you the formula.
You got the formula, chat. Frightener's Vision. The sorcerer's superior to Witcher mutation discovered that mixing rare and powerful ingredients with more common substances result in potions that strengthen Witcher mutations. This potion, made with a Frightener's Eye, transforms and fortifies a Witcher's body when consumed. Potion for Triss. According to Lambert's instructions, the potion for the unconscious sorcerer's Triss can be made of celandine, a Frightener's Claw, and a suet mushroom. The Occultium Equum can replace the latter ingredient. Once gathered, the components should be mixed with white gold. Oh, Vesemir. Where the heck is Vesemir? There he is. Yes. Lambert gave me the formula.
I take it you already have white gall and calcium equum.
White.
What next?
You'll need celandine. Take what I have. Plus the claw of a monster like the Frightener. To skin a creature, take a sharp knife and cut along the torso. You'll find the Frightener's carcass in the upper courtyard. Once you've extracted the claw, rest by the fire while making the potion.
Now. We got some celandine, which is good, and we are going to get our monster claw from the beautiful Frightener that is currently in the courtyard. My phone does not like me. Okay, perfect. Here, we can finally walk around a bit more chilled. Though there's not much to see except for the freaking remains. But also, the game is a bit too quiet. Let me add some more master volume then. This is what the siege cauldrons are for, by the way. Since the Frightener is weak to sounds, you need to activate all the cauldrons and then the bell. And that's how you get the monster to be weak. Skinning monsters. To extract alchemical components, left click on the monster carcass. Read books to get information about monsters and alchemical ingredients. You must know about ingredients before you can collect them. So, Frightener's Claw, great, and Frightener's Eye. Also here, you can actually walk through here and get quite a lot out into the valley. You can't actually move anywhere through here because, well, there isn't anything planned for this. But in the side quests, you can. You do play a bit of a role in the side quests, like in this valley here in Kaer Morhen. Plus, in Witcher 3, you can also see, even though it's a rubble, you can't destroy it. And as I was saying, in Witcher 3, you can actually roam about all this empty space around Kaer Morhen, which is really nice. So let me just, the sound option, let me just turn voice volume up. Okay. Triss already gone, if we ask.
Yes?
What if I get the ingredients wrong?
You'll have to find more.
Where?
I'll have another claw and more celandine. Eskel has alcohol, and I saw calcium equum somewhere upstairs. But try to get it right the first time, it's not that hard.
Really said, don't be a dumb bitch. Where are Lambert and Eskel?
Where are Lambert and Eskel?
Upstairs. Lambert's in the library, and Eskel's taking Triss to a room.
I have all the ingredients.
I have all the ingredients.
Good. Now rest and prepare the potion according to the formula.
We'll speak later. Now we rest by the fireplace. Left click on the valve to create potions. Yep, potion preparation, yes. Select the formula to add ingredients to the vial automatically. Then left click on mix at the bottom right side of the screen. Left click the hourglass to brew the potion while meditating. You click on potion for Triss. You click on mix. It makes the potion for Triss. I know, crazy advanced. However, while this is simple and convenient, it is not the best way to make potions because you can actually empower potions when you make them in a very specific way. We can see this, by the way. Potion for Triss. A potion prepared for the unconscious Triss. What you can also do in meditation mode in their inventory is attune your medallion. So it is currently affected to detect monsters, which means that whenever there's a monster nearby, the medallion on the top left will start shaking. You can make it detect the magic if you want to, which will make it detect place of power. But I'll be fully honest with you, detecting place of power is absolutely useless. It is useless. One more thing I'm gonna show you. Wait, Vesemir, hi. I made the potion. Do you have any new dialogue for that?
Yes?
Nope. Okay, we'll speak later. There's a dead rat here. I believe you can... I'm not sure, can you walk on the rats? I'm not sure if you can walk on the rats and mix the corpses, or if they just stay there as part of the decoration. But I do remember that you could somehow influence some of the critters on the ground. Yes, this is what I want to show you. The loading screen in night in Kaer Morhen. Very nice. The whole atmosphere is very nice at night in Kaer Morhen. Very relaxing. Which is why I left the nice quiet space in the dialogues earlier, because I was a bit mesmerized and a bit nostalgic, not gonna lie. But yes, we've seen all the murals. Let me just speed this up a bit. Come on, Geralt. Walk and walk. Walk and walk. Yes, 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 yes. His hips. Okay, we're going to the upper floor. We're gonna speak to our Witcher bros first. There is Escol. How can I help? Couldn't Triss have helped with Leo's mutation?
Couldn't Triss have helped with Leo's mutation?
Maybe. It's a little more complicated than that. See, we've never shown her the lab, and the last mutation was completed years ago, before the battle. Vesemir can tell you more.
Oh, no, we had this dialogue. It just... Yeah, I'll talk to Vesemir. Yeah, that's why it's so... It's not... ventured. Tell me the Trial of Grasses.
It's a 3-step.
I presume
this is also, I assume, the same.
Unfortunately not.
Yes, I think I've heard enough. Okay, it's all the same. But... Hello, Lambert.
What is it, Wolf?
Any thoughts on the attackers?
On the attackers?
Amateurs. If not for the mage and the frightener, we'd have beaten them blindfolded.
But they had a mage and a frightener. They robbed us and killed Leo.
True, but we'll find them.
That's what I like to hear, Lambert.
Leo said he almost defeated you.
We were sparring when that storm arrived. My medallion jerked so hard I almost fell. The boy saw an opening. He certainly had potential. Then Marigold appeared, shaking, delirious. She insisted we chase the wild hunt. Vesemir agreed. He always had a soft spot for her.
You dislike Triss?
She's too pretentious for my taste.
Okay, Lambert. Say it how it is, I guess. Can you tell me what fighting styles the Witchers use?
Can you tell me about the fighting styles Witchers use?
The art of combat involves 3 traditional sword fighting styles, plus a few variations designed for combating monsters.
Start with the basic styles.
Start with the basic styles.
Kaer Morhen is the wolf school. Old Vesemir always made sure we trained more as warriors than mages, though we also learned the signs. Witches employ 3 fighting styles. There's Aden Enye, the fiery dancer, which we call the fast style. The Viruleden Nef de Fendlediv, the group style. And the Temerian devil, the strong style. Which style do you want to hear about?
The fiery dancer sounds interesting.
The fiery dancer sounds interesting.
The legendary elven swordsman and poet Nisael created it, basing the system of steps and cuts on his observations of wildcats, especially the ocelots that elven rulers used as palace guards. The fiery dancer favors speed and agility over strength of blows. Opponents simply don't have the time to strike back. The ideal swordsman is a flame that cannot be hurt and inflicts wounds each time it is touched. Nisael himself wrote that. The style is popular among the elven aristocracy. Which style do you want to hear about?
The Viruleden
style.
Tell
me about the Viruleden style.
Literally translated, it is the 9-sun sword style. The swordsman of Viruledo developed it as a method for tackling several opponents through complex slashing sequences. They say masters of this style can fight 9 opponents simultaneously. Which style do you want to hear about?
Tell me what the Temerian devil.
Temerian devil sounds familiar.
Sounds poetic, but there's little or no philosophy involved. Devised by Temerian Landsknechts, simple men. It's best against heavy armored opponents. Which style do you want to hear about?
I've heard enough.
All right.
Then what the fighting styles?
The Autocon.
I wouldn't mind hearing. Sorry. Wouldn't mind hearing about monster fighting.
I wouldn't mind hearing about monster fighting techniques.
You noticed we carried 2 swords? That's because some monsters are immune to steel. A normal sword won't cut them.
For instance?
Werewolves, vampires, genies, and other magical beasts. The techniques for fighting with a silver sword derive from traditional swordsmanship, but there are a few essential differences. No parries and ripostes, mainly steps, evasive moves, spins, and other acrobatics.
I'll be in trouble if I don't get my memory back.
I'll be in trouble if I don't get my memory back.
You'll be all right, Wolf. Your body will recall all it needs to. Certain things you never forget. Trust your intuition when choosing your fighting style. The Devil's best against Kikimors, Graviers, and Fledders. The Fiery Dancer is absolutely superb against Barghests and Ghouls. And the Virledon? Anything that attacks in groups, but initially limited to drowners.
Thanks, Lambert.
No problem, Wolf.
No problem, Wolf. We'll speak later.
We'll speak later.
Yeah, strong stuff literally just like, yeah, the landscape's ignited, just swing your sword. Swing your sword everywhere you can. Don't worry about it. Now let's go visit Triss. Iconic line, Triss. Say it again. Gifts. Double click on the healing potion to go to Triss. Win favors of other characters by giving them gifts. Here you go.
Thank you, Geralt.
I hope this potion helps.
That was terrible. I dreamt Lambert was with me. He was staring at me, saying things like, "Don't go dying on me, Marigold," calling me big-headed. I'm so glad to see you. What?
I'm glad you're feeling better.
I know we should set out, but I have a feeling we won't be back. Perhaps ever. Won't you stay just a bit longer? With me?
I suppose we have some time.
I suppose we have some time.
I'm so happy you're back. When I saw you, all the feelings I tried to deny returned, stronger than ever.
Triss, I'm not ready to talk about the past.
Of course. I shouldn't pressure you. I just feel so... the powers. I'm behaving like a teenager. Let's focus on the present. I guess I disappointed you all. Forgive me.
It's not your fault. You helped us.
Nothing to forgive. What I felt when I learned you were alive. Hard to compare to anything.
Oh.
Except maybe what I feel as I look at you.
I missed you so. Let's see if the best bed in Kaer Morhen can hold us.
Here we go. The cat position. I will never get over the freaking cat. Also, in my opinion, one of the most tasteful ones that we can get of Rowan's cards.
A pleasure, as always.
As always?
You don't remember anything?
Unfortunately.
Well, you have something to look forward to then. No matter. Tell me, how did the battle end?
They broke into the lab, killed Leo, stole our mutagens, and escaped.
Poor Vesemir. Another protege dead prematurely.
We delayed the funeral until you awoke.
Thank you. As for the mutagens, their loss could prove catastrophic. Let's not lose any more time. Unless there's something you'd like to ask me?
Know anything more about the sorcerer who ransacked the lab?
Know anything more about the sorcerer who ransacked the lab?
He's very powerful. He completely controlled the energy he drew from the circle. We may soon be facing another Vilgefortz.
Who?
No matter. I have something I'd like to teach you.
Yep. Formula cat. Nice. Let's read. Oh, we'll need to wait for the sound effects to finish. Yep, amazing. Triss Marigold is my friend. She saw me die, and my return to the world of the living surprised her. Triss is a sorceress, one of the most influential and talented of her kind. She has numerous powerful friends, and she knows the Kaer Morhen Witchers. She is one of the few people who know the way to the fortress. I have a feeling Triss likes me a lot. What? Could it be this? Maybe because she likes you because of this, Geralt? Vesemir. Vesemir is the oldest. He was one of the few to survive. He was one of a few to survive. Oh, the typo. The assault on Kaer Morhen. He is well aware of the magnitude of the hatred some people feel for Witchers. True. Berengar. Vesemir mentioned a Witcher who had left Kaer Morhen before my arrival. His name is Berengar. True. Cat. Cat is said to have been the first potion created specifically for Witchers. The concoction allows Witchers to pursue monsters into their lairs, including dark caves, ruins, and crypts, because it augments vision to pick up additional wavelengths of light. To prevent blinding, the imbiber's pupils automatically narrow when in bright light. This is possibly the potion most commonly used by Witchers. Nothing to glossary, nothing in here. Read all of this. Floating messages. Yep. Okay. Triss. Here you are. Stop running away.
Geralt, can we go?
No. Can you restore memory?
Can you restore my memory?
I'd have to examine you. There's a good chance your memory will return on its own.
How much chance?
That's difficult to say. It might help if I knew what caused you to lose your memory.
Well, no time for that now.
Geralt, can we go?
The theft. What are its possible consequences?
The theft. What are its possible consequences?
Most sorcerers and rulers would sell their greedy, power-hungry souls to get the mutagens. Only a master of the arcane arts can use that knowledge. Not many of those left.
What about wealthy merchants, dukes, kings?
Perhaps. Anything's possible. But speculating wastes time. We just don't have enough information.
True.
Geralt, can we go?
No, we cannot go. I need to do something.
I need to do something. I'll come back and get you when I'm ready.
Because there is actually something to do. Which is very weird the game to do this way. Because you can get additional content after you heal Triss, and she really insists you need to go.
Have you spoken to Lambert about combat?
Yes.
He's quick to use his sword, and has quite a bit to say about it. But that's not always the best tactic. Let me show you some hand-to-hand techniques.
Alright. Fist fighting. A yellow base indicates characters you can fist fight. Left click to attack them, right click and hold to block your opponent's punches. Bam bitch. Bam bitch. Kick him. Comedy. Yes, Geralt. Feel yourself. Feel it. Yes. Feel it. Yes, Geralt.
Not bad. You seem to be in good shape.
Eskel, you know I need practice.
I should look for opportunities to improve my fist fighting skills. Sometimes you just have to fist it out. Oh, sometimes you have to fist. How can I help?
How can I help?
We'll talk.
Yeah, there's no extra dialogue here. I'll go check because I don't think I really checked with Lambert or Vesemir if you have any extra dialogue after this field. Lambert.
What is it, Wolf?
No,
We'll
just the
speak
fighting
later.
styles. And the Vesemir. Let me really quickly go. Also, wait, where's the evening hall? Because the evening hall restocks Coliseum Echo Crate. So you can get one more portion of it. You can get one more dose, whatever you want to call it. Then again, you probably won't have issues with too little vitriol, because vitriol is easily obtainable. Vesemir. Oh, Vesemir. Hi.
Yes?
Vesemir, we can pursue the funeral. Okay, no.
We'll speak later.
We need to go and meditate a bit. Campfires. Left click on a lit campfire to enter meditation mode. Tip, meditate by a lit campfire. The fire will ignite by itself if you have flint. If you lack flint, use the igni sign. Okay. We just need to distribute our talents. Or talentuses, if you will. Stamina. Poison resistance, sure. And oil making, sure. Let it be midnight. And this is also the place where we'll probably stop for today, because this is the turning point. From prologue to chapter 1. And since I don't really want to start a new chapter and then end it right away, we will most likely go to Triss, save it there, and tomorrow we can immediately get into chapter 1. Oh, how I love the game. I hope you all weren't too bored by my yapping or the appreciation of the music or just talking about random details over and over again. Because this is kind of what I would like my brand to be. Unhinged and informative. A nice combo of both. Okay, Triss is here. Too busy drinking away, as she should. Let me sort my things. We read Cartoon's vision. We did. Perfect. So I will do a save game. Empty slot. Save. Yes, thank you very much. Game save. Whoa. And exit to main menu. Well, it was nice having you all for the ride, along for the ride. I appreciate all of you who came along, who chatted or didn't chat or lurked. I didn't mind. As long as you were here, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for listening, for watching, for tuning in. I hope you had fun. We'll continue this tomorrow and every Friday and Saturday. We'll continue this from 6 p.m. EST to 9 p.m. EST usually, though we might take it a bit longer or shorter depending on where we are in the game. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching. And bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.